Hello everyone. You can see already that today in this video it's about TheraBand. So what can we do with the TheraBand? Here are some little suggestions. I picked a couple of exercises, but before we start I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the TheraBand, or also called elastic band. There are so many different kind of brands out there and different colors, so there's always the question, which one should you take? That's an easy and simple explanation for that, because some indicate that's a little bit stronger depending on the color, brand and stuff, as I said. So here's the deal: you can bring your hands closer to each other, you feel a bit of resistance. If you bring your hands a little bit more far away from each other, you feel less resistance. So you can take any resistance if you want, just decide how far you bring your hands towards each other or away from each other. Last but not least, most of the people asking me how long should the TheraBand how long should it be? Really easy. In between 180 and 2 meters. Some people buy a roll, they cut it themselves. You can already buy them also pre-packaged. Good. Before we're going to talk too much, let's start. We're having the TheraBand in between our hands, more or less shoulder distance apart, and the same is also for your feet and for your knees. Legs are bent, and we start slowly lifting your pelvis off the mat up into a bridge, and then we're going to slowly bring it back down to release. Make sure you're aiming for your biggest articulation of your spine, and down. The cue that works for me the best is start the movement from your pelvis. Pelvis is your first body part which is leaving the mat, and on the way down, pelvis is the last body part which is touching the mat. Good. Now, how can we incorporate our TheraBand? While we're lifting our pelvis, we're lowering the arms, and we bring them more or less on your hips and pulling the arms down and pressing the hip up, and then down back to our starting position. Good. Let's try that again. The interesting part is that you pull your arms down, so you also have a little bit of strength. Yes, and if your TheraBand is a little bit more towards your hips or towards your knees, that's depending on your body size. Up, good, and down. Nice. Let's go into a little bit more intense version. We're going to lift up again. Stay here, pull your arms down a little bit more, and lift them just a little bit up, and down, and up. Just here, you feel shoulder extensors, how they're great working. Last but not least, stay with your arms there. Let's do the same thing with your hips. Lower your hips just a little bit and press them up. Engage your glutes and press your heels a little bit more down into your mat. And up. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Stay here for a second. Why can't we combine the hip lift, or what we did before with our arms, with our pelvis? So lower your pelvis, lift your arms just a little bit. Arms are going down, hips are pressing up, and let's go for 5. This is number 2. Inhale down, exhale up. 3, good. 4 and 5. Good. Release everything back down and lift your arms up towards your chest. Now, how can we incorporate our TheraBand into our chest lift? Good. Now, lift your chest and you bring your TheraBand again up into your knees, and you're pressing a little bit more down. Good. This is one version. Let's do that again one last time. Up. Either you stay with this one, or bring your legs up to tabletop. You can keep them closed. Lift your chest, and you bring your band into your shins, and you pull this one down. But try to avoid any movement in your shins. So I'm going to show you what I mean with that. Lift up, and the exercise is not working so well if we're pulling the arms down, the legs, sorry, also. So stay here, so you're pressing with your shins against this TheraBand. Let's stay here and move down. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last time. 1. stay here. You can actually do the 100 here, but for today, we're not going to do the 100, it's just a suggestion. Let's go down and relax for 1 second. Good. Now, the next exercise just takes a little bit of preparation. So, let's come up, and we're going to bring this TheraBand on the center middle of our mat. But we want a little bit more towards our left, because I would like you to press your left knee on there, and you have the foot there on your TheraBand. Good. Now, let's take here, the opposite arm is taking the end, and we are having like a little window shape, and we support it here. What we're trying to do, we go one side and the other side, just going side to side and keeping that shape, and up, gives a little bit of support, and there we go. If you want, you can also extend this arm and move side to side. Let's go. 2, good, and 1. Great. Good. Let's try the opposite side. So we're going to place the TheraBand just a little bit more over there. Now, our right knee is on the band, and of course we're going to extend our left leg so the TheraBand is staying there and it's not coming towards us. Again, opposite arm, opposite arm, left arm is going to the right end edge of your TheraBand. Again, let's stay with 2 arm bends, and we bend and we're moving side to side. Up, side to side. Up. Good. 3. And let's start with this extended arm, side. Oh, this is fun. And 1. Good. And there we go down. Nice. That's a really nice exercise. The next one just takes a little bit preparation. So if you're trying to incorporate that into your class, into your workout, first of all, make sure that you're not losing your TheraBand. So now, here, I would like you to have more or less the center of it. Yeah, look, you have equal centimeters of it on each band. So now, flex your feet, and we go into the back end of the mat, and you're going to place your TheraBand around the mid part of your feet, so the midfoot. Good. We need to keep our feet flexed at any time, and we need a little bit of tension, but I suggest go more or less until the edge of the TheraBand. Now, slowly walk your way front, go down onto your belly, and you keep your legs extended, either slightly open or completely closed. Here, engage your belly button, and your arms are more or less here into this starting maybe a breaststroke exercise. Again, keep your chest just a little bit lifted. Extend your arms, and we're going to do the breaststroke, and you bring your arms behind you here, and you imagine you're doing this exercise on a big table. There we go. Good. Extend and down and up. Good. If you want to make it a little bit more spicy, I have one idea for you. When you bring your arms to the back, you lift your chest, keep your chest lift, bend your arms, and you're diving into your water, and lift your chest up while you bring your arms back. Good. And down and up, and again down, up, 2, good, last time, and up. Good. How can we get out of this exercise? I suggest keep your feet flexed, and you come up to your all fours position, and slowly release it. Good. Now, last but not least, we have a rotation. How can we incorporate rotation to our TheraBand? Good. Sit in a position which is comfortable for you. If you can't extend the legs completely, it's totally fine. Keep them bent. But you bring your feet, your TheraBand again around your top part of your feet. Now, you can overcross your TheraBand, but not the hands. Hopefully it makes sense here. Can you see it? Good. Now, it's like basically rowing. Let's do a little warm-up. So you bring your elbows back and extend your arms front. So you're trying to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open and close. Good. Now let's do this one exercise with your right arm only. Once and twice. Second time, you're adding a rotation. You're looking over your shoulder at the same time and front. Let's do that 3 more times. Up, and you keep the other one. The other hand has a little bit of tension. Good. I mean tension, the TheraBand has a little bit of tension, and we're not going to lose the other one. Good. Then let's go on the other side and up. And if your TheraBand is just a little bit making some noise because one is on top and one's underneath, that's fine. Also rotate, looking over your shoulder with your head. 2. Good. And 1. Nice. Release your TheraBand and release your shoulders. Good. There was some nice ideas today for your next TheraBand class. If you can't get enough and you would like to see any kind of video we're going to post, go over there to subscribe. If you want to continue even more exercises, more videos, go over here, and then we're going to suggest you the next video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye.